When we look at nature, when we look at the animals, the plants, the winter season, they all teach us that resting is a natural and necessary part of life. We don't expect an apple tree to give us fruits all year long, do we? But somehow we have these expectations towards ourselves that we need to be productive and produce fruits of labor all year long. We are not some kind of super species that can ignore the rhythm of nature. Sure, as a human, you can choose to ignore it for quite a while and just push on even when you're tired. But sooner or later, your body will stop you and remind you that as humans, we are nature. We are not separate from it, and we are not above it. And just like nature, our natural rhythm moves in cycles of rest and productivity. It is such a sad thing that we created a society here in the Netherlands, but in many other countries as well, that collectively chooses to ignore that. When you get ill, then you are allowed to push the pause button and recover. In my eyes, that is such a wrong structure. We need to be able to create lives that prevent us from getting ill, that allow us to rest and have our own seasons. When you're employed and working for someone else, this is so much harder, maybe even impossible. That's why I'm so enthusiastic about entrepreneurship. But it's not that building your own business is easier. I would actually say it is quite a bit harder, at least at the beginning. For many years, building something, refining it, having a very unstable income, insecurities, making a whole lot of scary investments, hoping that things will work out and pay off. I guess you can study it and start things way more structured and with a much clearer plan than I did, coming from my studies at the Art Academy. But either way, I'm sure no one experiences that path as the easy one. My sons are still quite young, 8 and 10 years old. But if I had to give them advice right now on what career path to choose, then I would advise them to pick a day job that is at least a little fun to do and makes enough money to cover your expenses and still have a little extra that you can invest in the business you're starting to build on the side. Even with all the struggles that I've experienced building my art business so far, I find this whole process so extremely fulfilling. Building something that truly feels like it's your own creation. It makes you really tune in to your passions and talents. It is a journey of self-discovery, but also of self-creation. Who do I want to be? What am I here to give to other people on this beautiful planet Earth? I am so excited to see this happening right now with my husband as well. He still works his day job, but on the side, we are building a business based on his passion. And while this is also exhausting because it's a lot of work, also on the weekends, it's a completely different kind of exhaustion than I see him have after a long day spent at the office. It's a sort of fulfilling exhaustion instead of a draining one. There is a different kind of energy, excitement, creativity, making things by hand, dreams, aspirations. And you don't feel like you're so dependent on other people and their opinions and decisions. No, within your business, it's on you. You can make it happen. You are in charge. And you know what that does? It sometimes scares the hell out of you, but it also makes you take extra good care of yourself. Your mental state and physical state become really important to you because it has a direct effect on your business and the life you're building with it. So entrepreneurship naturally enhances self-care and self-love because your business cannot blossom if you don't tune in with yourself, if you keep running away from yourself. I can get so philosophical about this topic. It's actually like building a business from your passion and talent is such a pure form of self-care. It's such a gift that you give to yourself, one that the 90-year-old version of you will always be grateful for, that you did that you followed your curiosity, your joy, that you didn't ignore the things that naturally light you up, and that you didn't ignore the talents you have been given to share with others. And I could go on and on, all the experiences that come with creating your business. I've stayed at amazing places, I've met wonderful people and had the most beautiful conversations. And all of this I could have never dreamt of beforehand, and I'm so excited for what the future will bring. Okay, that's enough for today. I'm still working on my upcoming earth pigment collection with pigments that I've collected in France, and I'm so excited to see where this is going. If you want one-on-one support from me on your creative journey, please feel free to apply for my mentorship program. If you like to listen to my affirmation meditations that I recorded especially for artists and highly sensitive people, you are so welcome to join my member space here on YouTube. And if you'd like to have carefully designed visual affirmations to support you, I will add the link to those as well in the description of the video. Thank you so much for watching till the very end. Talk to you soon again. My name is Nicole. Bye bye for now.